Hi everyone, welcome back to my video. So in this video we will learn together on Mikrotik Router basic configuration on firewall rule. So if you are new here watching my video, please subscribe to my channel and don't forget to give the thumbs up if you like my video. Okay, so firewall rule configuration in Mikrotik Router. Actually, this is very basic configuration that I want to answer to our friend question as well. So we go to the GNS3 lab together and see how we can play around with Mikrotik Router. Okay, so this is our GNS3. It is a blank project. So before we start our lab, I would like to show you this diagram. Okay, so we have our Mikrotik router, core router, and we have our switch, core switch. We have switch A and switch B. This is our client, and we have 4 VLAN here for this lab. And then our objective is that we configure our VLAN to allow the internet. All VLAN can access to internet through a Mikrotik router, and we want to block the traffic between VLAN. It means that VLAN 10, VLAN 20, VLAN 30, VLAN 40 cannot communicate with each other. Okay. After that, we will play around with some rule, firewall rule in Mikrotik router here. Okay, so let's go back to our GNS3 and please give me 2 minutes. I will finish the diagram very fast. Okay everyone, so this is our diagram. We start our Mikrotik router. So we will have 3 VLAN. Okay. Okay, sorry, 4 VLAN. Okay, first log in, user admin without password. No. Okay, new password. Okay. Okay, so our Mikrotik router can get IP address from our internet. This IP address 100.32. Okay, so we can log in Mikrotik router using Winbox. Okay, 100.32. Username admin, password admin, connect. Okay, so this is our Mikrotik router. Ethernet 1, it will be WAN. Okay. Ethernet 2, local. Okay, so we create our VLAN. We go to VLAN, VLAN 10, VLAN ID 10, under this interface. Okay, same thing, VLAN 20, VLAN ID 20, okay, 30, local LAN, 40. Okay, so now we have 4 VLAN. After that, we go to IP address. This is our WAN IP address that we get from our internet. So we add our IP address for each VLAN based on our diagram here. Okay, 10, 20, 30, 40. Okay, so this will be okay with like VLAN 10. Okay, apply. Okay, and then 20. I want to copy this one in the first VLAN 20. Okay, and then 30 in the first VLAN 30. One more, VLAN 40 in the first VLAN 40. Okay, so now we already configure our VLAN interface and IP address. We go to IP again, DNS. We configure our DNS. Okay, this is dynamic DNS that we get from our internet. So I want to add one more DNS. I want to put Google DNS. Okay, apply. Okay. Okay, so after I get IP address, I go to routing. Maybe I can add another route. .1. Okay, apply. Okay. Okay, so everyone, so I go very fast because I want to go straight to our topic. Now we have a VLAN, we have an IP address, and then we configure our DHCP server. Okay, DHCP server, we set up our VLAN 10. DNS. Okay, so the DHCP server for VLAN 10, VLAN 20. Okay, VLAN 30. Okay, VLAN 40. Okay, now done on our DHCP server. So now we already configure VLAN IP address and the DHCP server for our client. So we go to our core switch to configure our VLAN on core switch and assign the trunk port to core switch. Okay. Okay, so okay, trunk port. Okay, VLAN. So we continue to this our access switch here. Okay, so we start our configuration. Okay, okay, so now we have trunk port VLAN 10, 20, 30, 40. Okay, I saw the interface here. Okay, so now we already configured this switch, so we continue to configure this switch. Okay, console, okay, same thing. Okay, trunk VLAN 10, 20, 30, 40. So we already configure our switch. So we start with our client. This will be VLAN 10, VLAN. Okay, we start here. PC1 IP DHCP 10 VLAN 10 10.54. Okay, PC2 IP DHCP VLAN 20. Okay, PC3 okay, VLAN 30 PC4 okay, VLAN 40, and then from this side PC5 it will be VLAN 10. Okay, VLAN 10. If we came to our VLAN 10 as well, not 254, okay, can. Also VLAN 10 and VLAN 20, yes. PC6, it will be VLAN 20. PC1. Okay, PC1 cannot get IP. Let's check PC8. Okay, PC8 can get IP, so we try to ping. Okay, so let me go back to our switch and check why PC7 cannot get IP. So interface status is a net PC7. Okay, PC7 can get IP, ping. Okay, so now all the client can communicate with each other, even inside their VLAN or even across the VLAN. So our objective is that to allow all the VLAN access to internet. So it is the basic way that we can do is that we allow our client to access to internet. We go back to our Mikrotik router and we do the NAT configuration. Okay, so we go to IP, firewall, and then NAT. In NAT here we click on the plus sign. Okay, so we go to action. We go to masquerade. Apply. Okay. Ping. Okay. So now our client can access to internet. We create one NAT here. So if we disable this NAT, our client cannot access to internet. Okay, PC8 ping google.com. Okay, PC1 ping 1.1. Okay, so this is our firewall NAT that we configure in order to allow our client access to internet. Okay, so PC5, okay, so this one done on our objective. Now our client can communicate with each other. So we want to block the traffic between client. I have some note here. We can go and take a look together. Okay, so we need to create a firewall rule in order to block the traffic in our Mikrotik router. Okay, so we go back to our Mikrotik router. This is the firewall rule. Okay, just IP, firewall, and then firewall rule. So we have these two firewall rule to allow our packet, our traffic in a Mikrotik router between VLAN. Okay, and we have this is just an example that it is our requirement based on our network in our company, and this is we want to block all the traffic. Okay, so if you want all the VLAN cannot communicate with each other, you can just only need this firewall rule, so it will block all the traffic. Okay, so now we can ping PC3, we can ping to 192.168.10.254. okay, we can ping to 20.254. okay, we can ping to 40.254. so we want to block all the traffic between VLAN. We just go here, our firewall rule. Okay, in here you go to you select this forward, you go to action, you go to drop, apply. Okay, so this rule, it will block all the traffic. Okay, so let's go back to our PC3. Okay, we cannot ping to VLAN 40. Also, if you want to ping to VLAN 10, it also block. So PC3 is the VLAN 30, can ping to VLAN 30 PC7. So PC7 is VLAN 30 253. Okay, 254 is PC3, 253 is PC7. Okay, this is VLAN 30. And PC1 also cannot ping to VLAN 30. Okay, this is IP of this PC1. Okay, also it can ping only VLAN 10. Okay, and still our client can access to the internet. Yes, let's say google.com. Okay, maybe we don't have any domain name, we can ping to DNS, Google DNS. Oof. Okay, so now our client cannot access to internet. We go back to our node here. So this rule, it will drop all the traffic. Okay, drop all the traffic. But if you want to allow our client to access to internet, you can configure these two rules to allow our client to access to internet. Okay, this rule, it will allow all the packet, and this rule is to block the packet that Mikrotik Router cannot identify. So we go to Mikrotik Router, general. Okay, forward, and then you go down, you go down, you go down. Okay, connection state here, you tick on this one, and this one. Action, accept. Okay, apply. Okay, so this is, you need to put below this rule, because the firewall will check from top to bottom. Okay, and we need to add another one. Okay, this one forward again, and then you go to down again, connection state. This one invalid. It means that our Mikrotik router cannot identify what kind of traffic, what kind of package, so it will drop. Okay, so you apply. Okay, you put below this one. Okay, go back to our client. Okay, so just now we create this rule, firewall rule. So our PC client cannot get to internet. So let me check. Maybe this rule we drop all the package that our firewall block all. So I think maybe we can here we can select in interface. We can choose here all VLAN, and outgoing is all VLAN. It means that here we want all the packet, all the traffic from all VLAN to all VLAN we want to block. Okay, so we use this rule. Okay, so everyone please correct this firewall rule. Okay, so we apply. Okay, here. So now we block all the VLAN. So let's say this is VLAN 10. We try to ping VLAN 20. Okay, we cannot ping VLAN 20, but our client can access to internet. So let's try to ping to internet. Okay, so everyone, okay, let's try to ping to ping to internet. Okay, PC4 VLAN 40. Let's try to ping VLAN 30. Cannot ping. Okay, so correction, everyone. This is I copy here all VLAN, okay, all VLAN. Okay, so correction on this firewall rule. So this is we block block traffic for VLAN. Okay, so just now our lab we allow our client all VLAN to internet, and we block all VLAN traffic, so our VLAN, our client cannot communicate with each other. Okay, so PC7 VLAN 30, we try to ping internet, we can ping, so our client can access to internet but cannot ping to VLAN 10. Okay. Okay, again, so everyone, here our rule that we configure for our lab here. So this is to block all the VLAN, VLAN 10, 20, 30, 40 traffic, so they cannot communicate with each other. Okay, and our NAT here, we allow our VLAN to access to internet. Okay, so another question, that if we want to allow some VLAN can communicate with each other, just as an example, here my node here, VLAN 10 can communicate with VLAN 40. Okay, and VLAN 20 can communicate with VLAN 40, but cannot VLAN 40 cannot communicate with VLAN 20. For VLAN 10 and VLAN 40, they can communicate with each other. Okay, so this is our rule that we define in our network. Okay, so we go to firewall rule again, and then we add one more rule. Okay, so now VLAN 10, let's test. Before we apply this rule, let's test. Now VLAN 10 PC1 ping to VLAN 40 254. Okay, cannot. Okay, and this is PC4 VLAN 40 cannot ping to VLAN 10 as well. Okay, so now we apply our rule here. Okay, this is our rule here. We add this one. Okay, our interface. Okay, our interface, we select here, we not select all VLAN, we select VLAN 10, go to VLAN 40. Okay, accept. Okay, and then we go to up here. Okay, and then VLAN 40 can access to VLAN 10. Accept. Okay, So now VLAN 10 can access to VLAN 40, and then VLAN 40 can access to VLAN 10. Let's try again. Now we are at PC4. We ping to VLAN 10. Okay, so now can. Also VLAN 40 PC8. Okay, PC8. Let's try to ping 10.253. Okay. PC1. Let's try to ping to VLAN 40. Okay, now can. Okay, everyone. So this is that we can define our rule in a Mikrotik router. So one more thing that we want to test is VLAN 20 can access to VLAN 40, but VLAN 40 cannot access to VLAN 20. So okay, VLAN 20 PC2. PC2 currently cannot ping to VLAN 40. Okay, and VLAN 40 here also cannot ping to VLAN 20. Okay, so now we want to allow VLAN 20 here, PC2 and PC6 to access VLAN 40. So we add one more rule. Interface VLAN 20 to VLAN 40. Apply. Okay. Okay, so we need to drag and drop it to above this one. Okay, so the firewall will check from 0 to 5. Okay, for our rule. So now we allow VLAN 20 to VLAN 40. So PC2, we try to ping. Okay, now we can access to VLAN 40 from VLAN 20, but VLAN 40 cannot. Okay, so this is we can successfully configure our client to access internet. We block the traffic between VLAN. Also we can allow some VLAN if it is based on our network environment. Okay, we do some testing with this. Also, if you want to, let's say if you want to allow only maybe, okay, so this is you allow all the client to access internet, but if you want to allow only specific VLAN 10 to internet, you can specify here. So you can source, you put the VLAN 10 network, you can apply. Okay, so like this only VLAN 10 can access to internet right now. So let's go back and check VLAN 10. We ping to internet. Okay, VLAN 20 ping to internet. Okay, cannot. But VLAN 20 still can ping to VLAN 40 based on our rule configuration. Okay, so if you want to allow more let's say VLAN 30. You can add another one, VLAN 30, to access internet as well. So you can define, okay, action masquerade apply. Okay, so VLAN 30 PC3. Okay, PC3. Okay, can access to internet. Okay, so I think this is all. We can play around with a Mikrotik router in NAT and rule filter rule here. Okay, so thank you very much everyone that watching my video till the end. I hope to see you with my next video.